What Tetu was really saying was,
"He was a gypsy we used to know."
"A gypsy," said Jan out loud. Tetu spun round.
"I never said that."
"You thought it."
"Jan, forget it. I didn't mean anything by it."
"What does it matter?" said Monsieur Allard. "What's wrong with you both that we're now arguing over a word that Tetu never said?"
He threw his hands into the air.
"Morble! My life is on the line!"
Tetu looked closely at Jan.
"That is the first time you've been able to do that. You're getting good."
"When you've both finished talking gobbledygook, could we get back to the matter in hand? I've invited Kaleyovsky to the theatre. Why would he come here?"
"For the same reason he wanted us to perform at the Marquis's chateau. He wanted to see if we could work the threads of light."
"I'm lost. Threads of light? What are they? No, on second thoughts, I don't want to know."
Perspiration now dripped down Monsieur Allard's forehead, and his hands were shaking. He wanted to refuse to have anything more to do with this foolhardy plan.
"Are these letters really so important?" he said pathetically. "Why don't you just get the girl out?"
"She won't leave her father," said Jan flatly. "I need to be able to show her some evidence that the Marquis was involved in the death of her mother, and maybe prove who her real father is."
"Morble! Are you telling me you don't believe the Marquis is her father?"
"Yes,"
said Tetu.
"We think it was his half-brother Armand, and we are sure that the Marquis had something to do with their murder."
"Murder? Oh, this gets worse with every word. We should report it to the authorities and let them deal with it."
"We are the only people who can save Sido," said Jan, "and if we can do this well, then maybe we can get other people out and save them from the guillotine."
"Have you lost your mind? I can see it now, your heads, not on a poster outside my theatre, but on pikes with pretty ribbons of blue, white, and red."
"So we just do nothing," said Jan. "We sit back and let the slaughter begin. All I want to do is to try and stop this insanity." Monsieur Allard swallowed.
"Spoken like a true hero. But do we have to stick our heads above the parapet?"
"Spoken like a true coward,"
said Tetu. "Listen," said Jan, "none of us can afford to turn our backs on what's going on. Look how many people have been rounded up in midnight raids, and not just aristocrats and priests. So much for liberty. The prisons are full to bursting. Don't you want to help us?"
"It's still better than the old regime,"
said Monsieur Allard weakly.
"It won't be if the leaders of the revolution have their way. They're calling for all the prisoners to be killed, talking about tearing them limb from limb, ruling by terror and terror alone."
"Oh, they don't mean it literally, I'm sure,"
said Monsieur Allard. Jan threw his head back and burst out laughing.
"I see. So we're expected to be able to tell the difference. People will say, 'Good old Marat uses such fine and descriptive words.' What he meant to say was—"
Monsieur Allard sat back in his chair, defeated. He was so busy making up his own epitaph that he hardly heard what was being said. "Well, Didier, did you find out how we could get into Kaleyovsky's apartment?" asked Jan.
Yes, I did,"
said Didier.
"Citizen Kaleyovsky leaves just one servant to guard the apartment. Got a funny eye."
Milk eye, thought Jan.
"How do you know all this?"
asked Monsieur Allard. Despite his anxieties, he was impressed with Didier's skill. Who would have thought the old mooncalf had so much going for him in the upstairs department?
"I've become friendly with the concierge."
Didier blushed.
"She's called Jean."
"Do you think she'd let Jan deliver a basket to Kaleyovsky?"
asked Tetu.
"If we went in by the side entrance, I don't think she'd mind."
"Tomorrow," interrupted a mournful Monsieur Allard, "is the 2nd of September. My birthday, if any of you are interested. My last birthday, no doubt. When I am dead, and if you haven't been guillotined, Didier,
would you be so kind as to put lilies on my grave?
Tetu jumped from his seat and turned on him furiously.
This is not about you! This is about an innocent girl who will be killed if we don't act. If you don't wish to be involved, go home and put your head under a pillow. But if you want to try and find some semblance of bravery, you could pull yourself together and stop being such a big girl's bonnet.